It looks like we're live. YouTube has changed the way that the live streams work. But anyway, we're here. We're live. Welcome to the flight deck. Whoever is here, whoever fancies joining. I did not advertise this stream. It's a last minute thing. Even if I'm the only one here, that's fine. I just thought it was a good opportunity. I have a lot to talk about. It's been a fantastic weekend. I was in the Netherlands for Flight Sim Weekend 2026, and it was a blast. We'll get into that in a bit. For now, let's set up the aircraft. We are flying the KLM. What we have here is the A320Neo. I believe the company's fleet at the moment consists of A321s, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I flew out with. So we're recreating that flight, and we're flying back basically from Amsterdam Schiphol Airport to Manchester, which is my home airport. So we've still got the catering trucks here. I don't think we need them because the luggage has already been supposedly loaded. Let's get everything up and running. So there's a lot to discuss about the weekend. So let's just make sure that we put all the basics in for now. Let's see if our flight plan is connected. I'll also have lots of short videos and reels coming out about more specific things during the weekend that I got to see and enjoy. I'm really excited to share those things with you all. That looks good. Let's get our winds inputted here. I haven't done a live stream in a while, and I'm hoping that my computer's gonna be able to deal with it. It's getting quite hot. As many of you know, I'm running X-Plane 12 on a Mac Mini with the M4 Pro chip. It's a very small computer. I've had so many comments from a lot of you not believing that I'm using a Mac Mini to run X-Plane 12. That is the case. That's the case. But I am actively working on improving my setup, and I will be getting a proper good gaming PC, and I'll keep building on that, and then I want to start packing my setup with hardware, good hardware. And the amount of hardware that I saw and got to test over the weekend was just, it was awesome. So that seems to be okay for now. That's all inputted there. Excellent. So let's just make sure our payload is good. I've got the frame rate up. I'm currently averaging between 32 and 36 frames. That's not bad. That's not bad. It was about 23 frames earlier, so it seems to be doing a bit better. And no dropped frames on OBS, so we're okay. We're doing alright. Okay, let's go here to our loading performance. We have 158 passengers on board, that is correct. That's fine. Rest luggage, blah blah blah. Okay, that's good. Okay, we can. So that's obviously coming through from SimBrief, so we're just going to make sure apply these. Fuel, block fuel 4912. 4912, that's correct. Let me just 4912. Let me add. Let's go 5,000. Quick refuel. Okay. So let me just grab my checklist. Just to make sure everything is good. It is, yep. Our current, let's see. Current QNH is 1015. Correct. Okay, and it looks like it's going to be quite a pleasant flight. Our destination data looks good. Manchester is currently sitting at sunny with 12 degrees Celsius. That's good, and great visibility, and not a lot of wind. Hardly any wind. So that's good. That's very good for Manchester. Okay, excellent. So that can go there. I've got so much merch as well from FSWeekend, which I'm going to show you when we're up in the air. So what I'm thinking of doing is just putting out a little link to my Instagram if anyone wants to join. Out there. Streams are not as exciting when there's, you're not connected to VAT sim and things like that. There's not really a lot happening, and I get that's why my streams are more on the chilled side. But I need to balance the performance that my computer's capable with everything else, basically. So you're just stuck with listening to my voice, and that's it. Okay. So that's good. That's fine. I don't know if we can do... Yeah, probably not until the APU started. So let's just make sure these guys can go. Why are they still... How much food are they putting on the plane? Ground services. Close. Close. There we go. Even the front door's closed. Everyone is buckled in and in a rush to get home. Let's do this. Let me just... There's nothing like an impromptu live stream. Okay, we'll wait for that for the moment. So let's set up our Sid and Star. We are departing from runway 09, which I think is good because it means we don't need to taxi for about 10 minutes. Via Berg 3N, that one there. And then our arrival. Runway 23 right. Via OB1M. Correct. No, via. We can disconnect the jetway. I feel late as a pilot. I feel like everyone is sat down ready to leave, and here we are trying to figure out what our flight plan is still. Let me just detach that. Okay. Awesome. Did that not work? On, please. Thank you. Listen to that sound. Listen to that sound. And this also goes to show that, yes, I'm running X-Plane on a Mac. My settings aren't even set to max. They're not. But it looks okay. It doesn't look terrible. You know? I'm kind of happy with that. Bearing in mind this is a live stream and it's not even in like 4K. It's not terrible, is it? It's not terrible. Let's remove those chocks. Let's see, it's available, APU's available. APU bleed on. Let's also go through window heat. External power off. Thank you very much. Okay, happy with that. Let's quickly sort out our takeoff data. Is it going to let us do it now? Flex is absolutely fine. That's what we want. Sorry. Let's make sure. Toga, that looks like Toga. Max. Flex, that's what we want. Okay. Right. See where we're at. Takeoff speeds and thrust. Just double checking our speeds. Our V1 speed is 146 knots and our rotate is also 146. Okay. As a transition altitude is 3000. That's fine. Windows are closed. Beacon goes on. Okay, perfect. So we are departing from runway 09. So let's just plan our route because we don't have ATC guiding us there. And Amsterdam has an insane amount of runways. I don't think I've ever taken off from Schiphol before. That is still a long taxi. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are still a long taxi, yeah, okay. So let's request. See, now my frame rate's dropped significantly. I'm at about 20 to 23 frames. And Manchester Airport is also quite heavy on my computer because I bought it from, I think I got it from Builds. And our frame rate will probably drop when we get there as well. So let's sort this out. Better push back. I want the magic squares. Yep, thank you very much.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Oh, he has an American accent. So let's make sure everything else is looking okay. We have, first of all, doors are all closed. Okay, excellent. So fuel on board, 4,980 kilograms. That's fine. We're going to test our flight controls in a second.
Some doors are still opened, or the GPU or the ASU are still connected.
Yep.
I'm waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
He just changed from a woman's voice into a man's voice. Very impressive. External power.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay. One of the really cool bits of merch that I got is this really cool notebook from KLM VA. For those of you who don't know, because I'm still relatively new to the whole flight sim world, KLM VA stands for obviously KLM Virtual Airline, and they have a brilliant virtual airline which basically treats you like a real airline would. You can sign up with them, you get training, you fly for them, and you progress through ranks. So you start, probably from a cadet, and you work your way all the way up to senior captain. Really cool. So I'm looking into that more because I'm tempted. I'm tempted to add that to my, simming experiences. Terrain is on. Right, let's request pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
I will absolutely do that. Everything's looking good. Okay, that's fine. There is good.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pens inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go. Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
This is the point where we assume we have clearance for push and start. Let's actually start the process. Start engine number 2. That's good. AP bleed is on. Yep, absolutely fine. That's good. Okay. About 20 to 23. Oh, drop down to 18 frames. It's painful because I want to do more live streams, but I don't want it to be laggy or jittery, not for me, not for anyone there watching, for you guys as well. So I'm working on it. I'm going to get a really cool PC. But until then, it is what it is. I don't think I'm going to be live streaming as much, at least for now. I'm going to focus on short form content, which is also easier to consume. Yeah, I'll be doing that as well. So let's just check everything here. I just want to make sure flight plan. No, we need to change the plan. Just want to make sure there's no...
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Okay, that looks okay. So let's just set everything else up. I'm in a rush now because my passengers have obviously been in here waiting for ages, so we're just gonna go for it. Okay, so before we do anything else, let's just double check here. So we are flying at an altitude of 34,000 feet. Let's just check. Yep, 34,000. That's fine. So that will go up to 34.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, let's do our flight control checks. Got side stick full left and center, full right and center, full front, center, full aft, center. Okay, rudder pedals we've got full left, center, full right, center. Okay, that's good. Happy with that. let's head over into our performance. So we just want to double check here. We've got our trim is at 29.6. Out there, and also flaps 1. Those beautiful wings. I had a comment on, I think it was TikTok or one of my channels. Someone mentioned that the flaps look really weird on this particular aircraft. I'm using the toeless A320Neo. Do you guys think it looks weird? I mean, it's toeless and they are pretty fantastic with everything that they do. But curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Right, I don't know if this is a KLM SOP, but we're going to taxi on a single engine. We'll start the second engine in a bit. So, check, check, okay. Let's start making our way to runway 09. Some of the equipment and hardware that I got to check out and test at FSWeekend was just brilliant. It was brilliant. Tapping the brakes here. Whoa, why are the brakes so sensitive? That's crazy. There was an announcement, which is the one of the highlights, and that announcement is that Wind Control is releasing a full size. I assume it's full size. I mean, it looked huge. Overhead panel for I think the A320. For $350 US. That was pretty mind-blowing. It's just crazy. You know, the one that I wanted to get was the Wing Flex overhead panel, because I like the lights. I like the little, overhead lights and things like that. I think that's really cool. Like, for me anyway, I love that kind of immersion. But I mean, $350 is crazy. Let's go ahead and turn on engine number 1. Still got quite a bit left to taxi. Oops. Master switch is off. I don't know why my brakes are so sensitive. They never used to be. They never used to be. Now I'm like barely touching them. And they're going crazy. So we're parallel with the runway. Okay, let's start focusing on these. You know what? These rudder pedals are crazy. They're so extremely sensitive, and you know what? I've worked on improving them, and they kind of got better, but they feel worse again. Okay, so flight control checked, flaps configuration is checked. Let's sort out our radar. So that's, I see. Sorry, I'm still trying to get used to these pedals. They're relatively new. We definitely want to lock that door. We're going to set that there. Let's just make sure we're still going straight. Okay. System 1. Yep, okay, that's fine. Did I just miss the turn? I just missed the turn. Yes, I missed the turn. I'm gonna have to go back. It's fine. Do this. Take a nice right turn here. After trying the wind control products, I want to buy all of them. It's probably what I'll end up doing. I think the next purchase will potentially be the Wing Airbus side stick, which I think is called the Ursa Minor, something like that. That'll probably be the next thing I end up getting, and then after that I will probably get flight control unit and then take it from there. So we have no choice but to stop here because I just want to check a few things out. I don't have a squawk, but we're just going to set that to Tara for now. Lock, okay, yep, that's fine, that's fine. So auto brakes, max, cabin, has been alerted. Cabin crew, please take your seats for departure. Thank you. Flaps takeoff. Spoilers are now armed. Takeoff config. Let's see. How's it going? How's it looking? Is it looking good? Looking good so far? Right, okay. That's fine. So, strobes go on. Landing lights on. Nose to take off. All looking good. Let's go. If I don't have complete confidence in my hardware, what I've got, if it's not like too overly sensitive or things like that, then I don't know. If I'm not confident, the plane can do whatever it wants. And that's kind of the position I'm in now. But, as they say, a good salesman never blames his tool, so I just need to get used to it. Alright. Stabilize the engines. And flex. Back and rotate. Lever goes to climb. Something is going on with YouTube. Let's set this to AP1. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What are you talking about? Why is that? Are we back? I don't know what's going on. Something happened to the stream. Okay, we're back to excellent health. I don't know what happened. Had a few drop frames, but the rest seems okay. Flaps up. Let's, make the most of this situation, because when I get my 4K computer, it's going to look amazing. So, everything's going okay so far. Okay, that's good. We're not going to need that until our approach. So, Flight Sim Weekend 2026. What was that all about? For those of you who don't know, let me take a sip of this fizzy water first, and I'll let you know. For those of you who don't know, Flight Sim Weekend 2026 is the biggest flight simulation expo in Europe. And to be quite honest, I didn't even know that it existed until a couple of months ago. I thought that the Flight Sim Expo in the States was the only one. turns out, no, Flight Sim Weekend is a big deal in Europe, and it's big enough that all the major flight sim content creators, at least the ones that I've watched, I watched quite a few of them, but there are like 3 or 4 like content creators that I absolutely love their stuff, love their videos. They were all there, and the cool thing is that I got to meet them, interact with them. We had some awesome chats about gear, about their experiences, their stories, and it would be a lovely plan at some point when my channels continue to grow. It would be awesome if we could, do some kind of collaboration or something at one point in the future. You'll get to see more pictures and videos of the event. I went there. It was really, really cool. It was a 2-day event. I only went for the first day. It was a Saturday, and all the major companies were there as well. Innobuilds was there, Wing Control was there, Microsoft Flight Simulator was there, loads more. Got my badge here. Navigraph, Honeycomb, they were all there as well. This is the badge that I was wearing, which is really cool. It says Operational Flight Plan on it. FSWeekend 2026. So that's cool. So much merch, so many awesome companies to speak to as well. It was brilliant. But a shout out to the few content creators that I saw. And obviously, I don't need to give these guys a shout out because they have huge followings. But first of all, a shout out to Frederick, and his Instagram is Faria _ I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but _XDOF. And I've been following this guy for a while. I've seen his videos. They are amazing. He has the craziest motion sim setup. He does a lot of military flying. Just brilliant stuff. Then I met and had a really nice chat with Flight Streamer, who's also one of my favorites. Then the Flight Doc, of course, most of us know him. Brilliant, fantastic guy. And Alpha Originals. He was there as well. We had awesome chat. So these guys are just fantastic, and it's so nice. This is what I was saying. It's so nice to be able to meet other people that are genuinely lovely people, and they love creating content, but they also love creating this kind of content. Anything around, flight simulation. I should probably turn off those, and cabin crew can start their service. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign as well. I'm feeling overly generous today. Very clear skies. So far I think everything's looking okay. Yeah. So yeah, just it was awesome to meet them. And the event was really cool as well. So there were several fully built cockpits that you could try out and test. That was amazing. I sat in an Airbus A320 cockpit just like this one, and it's crazy when you start seeing the difference between, you know, what the hardware should feel like and what. Are we back? I think we're back. Something really strange is happening with my streaming today. My internet's fine. My internet's fine. I wonder if it's my computer. Interesting stuff. Just trying to see what's going on here. Interesting. Trying to figure out what is going on, but I can't figure anything out, so I don't know. Let's just keep rolling with it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what else I could possibly do. So going back to my storytelling, this is quite a vocal heavy session as opposed to my other ones. But there's just so much to discuss. In addition to all the flight sim stuff, the cool thing about the event where it took place is that the location of the event is the Lelystad Aerodrome in Lelystad, Netherlands, and it's an aerodrome museum. Even when there's no event going there, so it's definitely worth visiting because they actually have a full-size, real decommissioned Boeing 747, KLM 747 in the back, and you can literally walk inside it, check out the whole plane. Really cool. You can go right up to the flight deck and check it out. It's just awesome. The place is really cool. But then to have like so many people there that love flight simulation, it was an absolute highlight. And to be honest, I'm really excited about going again next year. So that's really cool. And there's a lot to think about, because there are so many companies that are advertising all their latest products, services, software, and it's hard to just not want everything and leave that place buying everything. But I mean, that's what's going to happen with me because I need to upgrade my setup. So my next step is getting myself a gaming PC, at least one that's more powerful than what I've got now. And transitioning to MSFS, which will be probably my go-to sim. I do love X-Plane, I do, especially when it comes to flight dynamics. I love it, but also I love the immersion and the realism that you get in terms of scenery with MSFS, so I'm looking forward to that. That's the first step. Once I get that, then I can start building my hardware setup on top of that, and that is the plan. So please, if you like any of my content, if you find it even somewhat entertaining, because I'm still learning about this whole thing as I go along. A lot of funny things happen along the way. I make a ton of mistakes along the way, but if you find it even remotely entertaining, I do ask that you please subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and drop a comment on any videos that you like, any suggestions, any routes you want me to do, any hardware you want me to think about, getting or testing. Just get involved. That would be really, really cool. So this is indeed a very short flight. Our total airtime is an hour. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, the quality of my stream now looks pretty horrible, but it's the only thing I can do to keep things not breaking down. Okay. Okay, so our top of descent is just before hot bed. Okay. Nice short and sweet flight. So this is the same flight that I was on yesterday, because I left the event yesterday. But I didn't fly on the A321 yesterday. I flew on the Embraer 195E2, I think. KLM's City Hopper fleet. First time I've flown on that aircraft, and the pilots were going for it. We literally started accelerating before we hit the runway for takeoff. Literally, we were going round the corner from the taxiway onto the runway, and literally during that corner I felt the plane like skid almost. So they were in a rush to get out of there. But it's a nice little flight, and usually you should get nice views of London as well as you pass over on the way to Manchester. I also want to remind anyone, I've told my Instagram followers about this, but I designed my own Airbus A320 normal checklist that I use. Let's see if I can even get a good view. There you go. I haven't laminated it yet because I can't find my laminator and need to get another one. But I redesigned it because I wanted to have my own like personalized one. But if any of you want a copy of this, just reach out to me on Instagram. That's probably the easiest, and I'll send you a PDF version of it. So very briefly, because before we start our descent, some other cool giveaways and freebies that I received were a couple of these awesome tags. That one was from the aerodrome, removed before flight. This one was from Honeycomb. And a special highlight was from Alpha Originals. Such a great guy, and he gave away what was it? It was right here, literally just had it on my desk. So, there's so many things here. Found it. He gave away these awesome little cards, Alpha Originals, virtual boarding pass. You can watch the journey. There's a QR code, and at the back it says thank you for supporting the channel with his signature. So that's what it looks like on the front and on the back. So that was really cool touch, and again, just absolutely awesome guy, really friendly, really down to earth, and just fun to chat with, you know, as they all were. Got some wet wipes from Indie Builds. So much stuff. And as I said, KLM VA was interesting. Something I might consider, like a bit of a career, like a virtual career program that you can be on, and you can still, you know, for my streams or for my content, I can still use other airlines. I can still fly with other airlines, no problem. But you have like this kind of, there's a little bit of a commitment if you sign up to a VA. I think the minimum requirement that KLM has is one flight per month. So I think that's pretty easy to beat. And they can also schedule you on flights, on real KLM routes that they do. And you can just carry out those flights. So really cool. Really cool to think about. You can tell we're heading over to the UK because it's cocooned in clouds. I want to see how bad the quality actually is on the stream. I'm just going to use my phone. To check it. Doesn't look great, does it? It's watchable. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It hasn't been very stable. Now it's okay, I think. So that was the brief rundown of Flight Sim Weekend. As I said, I will post more about it. I took some really cool videos of some of the hardware and some of the demos that were being done, so I will be sure to post all that soon. I'm on three places you'll find my content. It's YouTube, it's TikTok, and Instagram. So make sure you follow me across those. I think I use Instagram more for like small updates and things like that with stories. So feel free to follow me on Instagram. watching through the live stream, and it basically the video disconnected at some point. Oh, that is crazy. I don't know what is going on. So one of those moments was right after takeoff, it disconnected and then just came back when we were already in the air. Oh well. It's funny. Just catching up on so much content is coming out of Flight Sim Weekend. It finished today, so many people are posting about it. Really cool, really exciting. What an event though, what a fantastic event. Anyone who loves aviation and, well, flight simulations, highly recommend you visit next year. So this potentially will get a little bit bumpy. I'm so used to doing live streams, just chilling basically on my own with now I see a few people come and go, but not really any comments in the chat, which is absolutely fine. But I'm just thinking, like, when my channel grows and I get comments in the chat, I'm gonna have to get used to that all over again, because I'm not used to even looking in the chat. So when we get to that point and I don't respond to chat straight away, don't think that I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I'm just not used to people interacting. Okay, so we're getting ready to descend now. I'm just gonna... We're not dealing with ATC, so we don't really have restrictions. Let's start down to 3,000. No, managed. Destination data. So let's go. Yep, that definitely looks like there's turbulence. QNH is 1016. 1016. Temperature is 12 degrees. Right. No, it's not. It's 10 degrees. Sorry, I was looking at London Heathrow. 10 degrees. Temp 310 degrees, 9 knot wind. 310. Wow, it is gusty. 310 degrees, 9 knot wind. Right. 23 right. Let's go 450 feet. Okay. Alrighty. Oh yeah, we're not going anywhere near London. Not in this particular route. We are above Skegness. That's gusty. Just make sure we're on track. So we're hovering at. Okay. It's bumpy. You can definitely tell we're in England, can't you? It's bright, but it's overcast. So, let's see. Let me just check my METAR. No, it shouldn't be too cloudy the closer we get to Manchester. This is crazy. You can see that wing going to work. I love the wing view. I just love it. Okay, we are cleared down to 3,000. My trusty checklist. Barrow ref is set. Seatbelts are on. Minimums are set. Auto brake, we're going to go with medium. Engine mode select. Mode norm. There's the approach checklist complete. Okay, let's just try and get through these clouds. It is bouncy. Got real weather on it, it doesn't look that bad at all outside. Let's see. We're currently just northeast of Doncaster. So weather here as well. I think it's getting a little bit worse. Let's see. Well, that looks nice. Getting a bit better, a little bit better. I could really do with an overhead panel. It's just wishful thinking. I just have to pretend things are there. Because the thing is, I don't have a lot of accuracy with a mouse either. I'm using the Apple Magic mouse, which is arguably the worst mouse you can use for this stuff. It's just, and when there's turbulence, you can't click on anything. It just moves around. Lots of obstacles. $88 miles out. Okay. Let's enjoy some more wing views. Just got a message from Stephen. Looks like you've got some Star Trek warp speed going on there, bro. It's been a little bit all over the place, my friend. All over the place. Look at the speed. That's a very good point. Let's definitely slow that right down to about 210. Sometimes, you know, you try to rely to an extent on the MCDU, and for some reason it just wants to keep you at like 230 knots all the way to the runway, and then somehow you're going to slow down to 135. I don't think that's the best way to work. So definitely manage your speed, Daniel. Also, the rain makes it look far worse. A little bit better. You can definitely tell we're in the UK. Right, we are still at 17,000 feet. 76 miles out. So So basically, the plan is we are staying at, where are we now? 17,000 feet until Burney here. So until here. That's the point we're going to go from basically 17,000 and then just drop. That should be okay. We're still 70 miles out, so that's fine. Good hour to fly actually. It looks quite nice, isn't it? And raining, of course. going through the checklist. Everything's good for the time being. That looks really cool, doesn't it? Even on X-Plane, which is not the best graphic-wise. Stephen, it would be better if ATC were giving you instructions based on other traffic. That's the plan. Yeah, I'll be joining VATSIM soon, but I mentioned it earlier on as well. Because of the setup I've got at the moment, my computer is struggling even with these graphics. My stream actually stopped a couple of times for some. I don't think my computer can handle it very well. But the plan is when I get the new PC, I'll be joining VATSIM, and that will all be live with other traffic that you'll be able to see on the screen as well. So that's the plan. Some more wing views. Right, we are 61 miles out. I want to go down to going to go down to 10,000 feet. Make my way down. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying there, the majority of my flights now are without ATC at all, because the ATC that's built into X-Plane is terrible, and it contradicts itself every time I try to use it. They give me vectors, and I'm just going around in circles with no help whatsoever. So that wasn't great. Let's reduce our speed a little bit. Let's go down to like 190. Okay. Okay, let's go back to managed for now. I think that gave it a little kick. Okay, 47 miles out. All good. Is this interesting group of turns before final? I'm so excited about the future of this channel and all the hardware that I'm going to start adding to the setup. It's really cool, and I mean, after going to Flight Sim Weekend and seeing all the stuff that's on offer, it's a Flight Sim nerd's paradise. Let's bring that back down to 3,000. See, X-Plane, even on this setup, is I think it's good enough to maintain still the sense of realism. It doesn't look terrible, which I'm really happy about. Okay, 42 miles out, 10,000, that's fine. There we go. That kick-started it a little bit, so I think we're at better altitude now. There's the Manchester rain. My meta report, which is updating all the time, is still showing that we're at 10 degrees Celsius and it's relatively dry, so don't know where all this rain is coming from. Okie dokie, landing lights on, nose light to take off, that should be fine. And in the A320Neo, the landing lights kind of sit inside the fuselage and the wing, so when you turn them on, it takes a few seconds, but then they'll like flip outwards, which is quite cool. And also, can we just take a moment to appreciate these sounds? I love the sounds of the engines. Tolis has done a good job of keeping it sounding very realistic. So we're 35 miles out. Let's drop our speed down to 180. No, we can't do that. What am I doing? Not. Not yet. And even the texture on the wing, I think, looks great for what it is. That's satisfying. Even an X-plane, it's possible. Okay, we're gonna go flaps 1, which is mainly the slats. I didn't hear a cabin announcement. Just in case you weren't aware, guys, the toilets are no longer available. So, where are we at? QNH has gone up to 1017. And go flaps 2. Bit of a dive. That's a dive and a half. Great time to land. Yeah, the views are awesome. Okay. Okay, let's arm the spoilers. Auto brake is on medium, so that's good. Everything else is okay. Frame rate's dropping to about 20 to 23, between 20 and 23. This is why I'm scared to use VATSIM. There's no way I can use VATSIM with this setup. Every time it will drop beneath 20, I think I'll keep getting disconnected. So just need to wait a little bit longer. Okay, here we go. Let's set our QNH to 1017. Is that on both sides? That is on both sides. We're at 4,700 feet. That's good. Let's go flap 3. Let's go. I'm going to bring the speed down a little bit more. Okay, let's let the cabin crew know they can take their seats. Flaps 4. Gear down.
2,500.
Let's bring the speed down. $135. Just bring up the map of the airport.
$2,500.
There's Manchester for you.
$2,000.
Landing checklist. Current altitude 3000. Cabin crew advised. ECAM memo. Landing no blue. Landing gear down. Signs on. Cabin ready. Spoilers armed. Flaps are set. Landing checklist is complete. Let's hope we don't destroy this landing. With a little bit of a crosswind. Is that 18 knots? It's not that powerful, but let's put some wipers on. That sounds annoying, isn't it? Turning that off. It's getting on my nerves.
1,000. $500.
And autopilot disconnect.
400. $300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Okay, okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? These pedals are so sensitive. I'm gonna have to play that on replay and see how bad it was. Tap on the brakes here, some manual braking, and take the turn. Flaps up. From Stephen, need to get the mechanic to look at that wiper when you land. it's noisy. I'm gonna have to turn it back on in a second as well. Right. Actually, it's okay. I might get away with not having to use it again, because it definitely needs some WD-40, doesn't it? Right. Okay. Right, now that we're off the runway. Okay, landing lights off, taxi light. Oh, nose light goes to taxi, that's fine. I could have sworn I fixed these rudder pedals, but they're being a bit weird again, like extremely sensitive, like more than they should be. APU is on. But that's interesting to see, even while I'm streaming, and I had a few issues with the streaming earlier, my frame rate is still at about 20 to 22 frames per second, so that's good, especially at this airport, because this is a custom airport that I bought, Manchester Airport, so it's obviously very accurate. So where we are. Okay. Oh, and I think my SAM plugin is not working, so I can't even use the jetways. That's fine. We'll take this stand here. We'll take stand 52. Overshot that. Let's try and compensate a little bit. What is the screen not working either? That is crazy. Why is nothing working here? Let's do it manually. Okay, I'll do. Alright, parking brake is set. APU is on, so we can turn those off. Let's complete our flight here. So, I already got my landing rate back from Volanta, and it says minus 293 FPM. That's not terrible. Not terrible. Not the best, but not terrible. We'll go ahead and watch a replay of that and laugh at it together. In the meantime, everything is off. There is... Okay, let's set chocks and let's set external power on. So if external power is available, we don't need APU anymore. Okay, and let's... Obviously we turn off the beacon. Okay, well that's it. We made it back from Amsterdam safely. Let's see our parking engines, wing lights. We can turn off the nav lights as well for now. Okay, let's go check the landing. Now I'm relying on X-Plane's built-in replay mode, which is not the best. It's not the best at all. So let's get a side view first. That's very loud. Deviated off the center line massively. let's watch it from... Thank you. Ah, now it's crashed. It means if that happens, it crashed. Well, we got one replay in. That was enough. And we made it safely. That's the main thing. X-plane is gone. So I can wave goodbye to that. And we were averaging around, toward the end, around 18 frames per second. So you can see why I can't use VATSIM or anything yet. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for joining. A few of you did come and go. I saw some of the numbers, so it's very nice to have you guys there. Steve, you must have spent time in the States driving in the right lane. Absolutely right. I did spend time in the States, and yeah, I don't like driving in the middle. So yeah, keep improving on that. But these pedals, I think I need to calibrate them even more, because I thought I fixed them, but they're not. Even when I rest my feet on them and they're central, they're pulling either to the left or to the right. So I don't know what's going on, but I'll try to get that sorted as well. Thank you all, and also Stephen, thanks for chatting there as well. It's great to have you join, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Obviously on my socials, as I said, I will be uploading more about Flight Sim Weekend. It was an amazing event, so much to see, so many cool people that I met. So yeah, stay tuned, and until the next one, I'll see you guys soon, and have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.